Okay, so let's just copy this particular function and paste it over here in Dartpad. Let's just indent it for better readability, and let's run this once. So and actually we need to print the result over here, and we can comment out the earlier prints from before so that we can actually have a concise output to check. Just for your information, that command and / is the way you add comments. Select a line and press command / and it adds this double comment, which is used to denote a single line comment. And now you can actually run this, and you see that the print statement gives us 6765, which is the 20th Fibonacci number in the series, right? There's another shorthand notation that Dart provides us for functions with a single statement, right? So you basically over there you use with the function name, you put the argument list, and instead of having curly braces with the code block and return statement, you just put a fat arrow or a arrow syntax, as this is called, and put the expression that you wish to return. And this particular syntax is used over here in this where method. So I'm just going to copy this statement and we're going to paste it over here to understand this better, right? So if you look at flyby objects, this was a list of strings, and the where method acts on that list. It takes in or iterates on each element of the list, which is a string value over here represented by name, and it tries to filter out those particular values which match a certain condition. To represent that condition, we pass in a function over here. This is a special notation for a function, and this is a special function which is called a anonymous function, because the function doesn't have any name. It just has an argument which is called name over here, which is the name of the planet inside this flyby objects list. And then the condition that we're checking for is whether the planet name contains turn or not. As we see, one of the planets, which is Saturn, contains and passes that filter criteria. So this is essentially going to just return a new list with just one value, which is Saturn, with one element, Saturn. That's a list of string with just one element, which is Saturn. Now for that list, we again apply a method called forEach. So as the method name suggests, it might be suggesting to you, it is going to iterate on each of the elements in that list. In this case, it's just one element, Saturn, and then take that element and pass it to the function specified over here, which is the print function. So this is just going to print Saturn on the screen, and we can run this and check this out for ourselves. And here you go, there is Saturn on the screen. Just to make this little bit more clear, what we can do is we can actually put the proper code block instead of the shorthand notation. So if we were to do that, we would add the curly braces to represent the body of the function. Now this function has to return something. Earlier we skipped the return variable and the semicolon because we were using the shorthand notation, but now we need to add this, and now we can click on run again to see that this has the same effect of returning Saturn over here. So essentially this entire thing is a function, and this just shows us that this function has no name. It's an anonymous function, and it is being passed as an argument to another function, which is the where method for flyby objects. Similarly, print is a Dart function which is being passed as an argument to the forEach function. The where and the forEach functions are acting on the lists preceding this dot and basically iterating on each of the elements. The where function is filtering out the elements for us. The forEach function is basically passing each element to the function specified over here. So that's how functions work in Dart, and it's pretty versatile in the sense that you can actually pass functions as arguments, you can assign them to variables, and we'll see this as we go along programming in Dart and making Flutter apps.